Hello again. As I was trying to find a subject to discuss for today, I came across a thought about how everything is temporary in the furry fandom. And how no one really warns you about it when you first join. When you first discover the fandom, it feels infinite. There's so much heart, there's so much people, so much energy! It feels like you've entered a world that's always been there and will always be there. But it's not, or not truly. Today, I'm going to talk about the forever changing fandom, or in other words, the impermanence of the furry fandom. So, as you spend your best days in it, over time you start to notice the little disappearance. A friend who stops posting, and by friend I mean someone you started to follow on the platform for oh so long of a time you consider it as a friend but you never talk to him or her. An artist who closes a commission for a while before deactivating their accounts. Or a specialized community that used to be so active that suddenly turns silent, or the group just splits up like atoms. And you realize, just like the real world, things change here all the time too. As you know, I've been around for a long time to see some people come and go. In 10 years, I did not keep a single friend from the first week, month, or even year in the furry fandom. Beside one, as I already mentioned in my 10 years in the furry fandom video. All of the other people I met during this time are all MIA. Some left quietly, some others with a lot of big farewells, and every time it feels a bit strange. It's like losing a small part of this colorful universe we all share. But the truth is, that's just how it works. The fandom is not a static world. It grows, it evolves, it shifts, and sometimes it fades like flowers. We could easily, for example, associate what we all know as PCD, post-con depression, as like a florist that just witnessed the queen of the night bloom. Everything else is tasteless afterwards. And maybe that's what makes it beautiful. Because every moment we share here, the art, the laughter, the inside jokes, the fursuiting, the conventions, they are all unique. They'll never happen the same way again. That's what makes it a souvenir. That's impermanence. Philosophers talk about this all the time. The idea of nothing lasts forever. And that's true. Everything we love, everything we cherish, everything we build will change form at some point. And the furry fandom is the perfect mirror of that truth. Every fursona, every drawing, every convention, they exist in time and then they're gone. Not materially, but what was making it the drawing, for example, like little stars around it, are no longer here. But that doesn't make them meaningless. In fact, it makes them more precious. Because when you know something won't last forever, you start paying it more attention. You start appreciating it while it's here. We only start to value things we have when we start losing them. As I still remember my first fursona. Back then, I thought it would be me forever. I had all this heart, I've built stories, I've met friends with him. And then one day, it just didn't feel right anymore. I changed. The fandom changed. And that character, it stopped being me. It was no longer my own reflection. For a while, I felt guilty about it. Like I was betraying a part of myself. And then I realized that's just another kind of impermanence. We evolve. Our identities shift. The version of me 3, 5, 7, 11 years ago doesn't exist anymore. And that's okay. Because the fandom is a reflection of that constant change too, in a way. We all grow through our fursonas, our art, our community, and when one thing ends, another thing quietly begins. And as said earlier, there is this beautiful idea in some Eastern philosophies that impermanence isn't something to fight, it's something to embrace. Every time we draw, every time we create, or just talk to each other, we're making little temporary worlds that only exist because we wish to, because we're in it. We're making it exist. And the moment we stop, it's over. Tomorrow they might be gone, but they existed. And sometimes that's enough. And even if the person disappeared, their work might inspire someone else. Even if a server dies, a drawing or a joke about it might live on somewhere else. It's like digital stardust. We don't know where it lands. Maybe that's the real afterlife of our fandom. Not a permanent space, but a shared history made of little fragments of everyone who passed through. So yeah, the furry fandom won't stay the same. Neither will we. And that's life! Because impermanence doesn't mean it did not matter. It means it mattered because it was fleeting. It means the time we spent here, the people we met, The memories we made were special precisely because it was temporary. They won't come back the same way again. Don't be sad if things changes. Be grateful you got to experience them at all. Because maybe in the end, the point of the fandom is not to last forever. It's to remind us that even temporary things can feel infinite, even for a while. And that's enough. Well, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And on that note, I wish you all a good day, a good evening, and I might see you later. Bye!